Ascension messages. Questions and answers, galactic species, interstellar races. There are approximately 500,000 races in this quadrant of the Milky Way, that are humanoid in appearance and are indistinguishable from humans on Earth today. In addition to this, there are races with small differences, however still humanoid. The 500,000 races are so similar they would not be recognized as different if they walked right in front of you. The countless other races may look humanoid, however they have small differences that make them noticeably not human. They will still appear human but with different capabilities or DNA. As we move away viewing these differences, these races will not easily pass as human. These will include Arcturians, Andromedeans, Assani and the Soroids, reptilians, to name just a few. Moving further away viewing these differences, there are the Feline Races, Canine Races, Insectoid Races, and Elephant Races, with all of their countless variations, each one having different stages of scientific and social development. This is the same in the Pelaydees, many of which are still in the pre-industrial stage.
Question. I had no idea there are so many humanoid and non-humanoid races in our galaxy.
Answer. Life is not the exception, it is the normal, throughout the universe. Everything is life, everything is consciousness, sand, dust, water, rocks, mountains, atmosphere and nature etc., even broken glass in the rubbish bin is alive, everything is consciousness. It is true that the pieces of broken glass have less consciousness than the whole glass had before it was broken. The pieces of glass lose the attention of the whole and it is no longer animated in the same way, so the pieces return back into the ether sooner and return to the pure potential energy again. Everything is consciousness and emanates from consciousness. Life is everywhere in the universe, because it is the universe. The stars that fill the night sky is the life of the universe, and within that life is the life of all the species, humanoid and non-humanoid. There are countless species with countless variations.
Question. Are most of these species 3D or 5D?
Answer. 3D, 5D, 7D are just expressions of an idea to allow the human mind to understand frequencies. 3D, 5D, 7D and above exist everywhere within the ether. They are consciousness itself, expressed through a gradual frequency range, and when your conscious focus attention is applied to any specific frequency range, you animate those frequencies. 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D etc. exist throughout the universe, and when you match those specific frequencies, you animate your conscious perceptions into your observed reality. All of the races that exist in the quadrant of your galaxy that inhabit a planet hold the potential vibration of all these densities. However, it would be true to say most of these species that are a part of a home-world civilization are 5D in these terms.
Question. I thought that in 5D you have a more evolved consciousness, however, you are saying that even in the Pelaydees some of the races are still at a pre-industrial stage of development.
Answer. Indeed, some have barely discovered the wheel or fire, while others are in the Stone Age times, some are in Bronze Age or at a medieval stage. Simply put, you can never finish learning and discovering new things, including art, technologies, customs and sciences. There are infinite versions of all these expressions of consciousness that can exist. Throughout the universe there are billions, indeed, trillions of civilizations. When Earth was in the Stone Age period, this one observation was only from one point of view. It also was in 5D and in another expression it was 2D, creation is complex. There are many races that do not want to be known, or they do not want to be threatened by other races, they value their privacy, and do not want to be included in the galactic races for many reasons. On Earth today, Hollywood has contaminated the concept of many of these races existing as fiction. For example, for the humans who are aware of the Pelaydees, they believe that all of these races are advanced, and these ideas are from a New Age perspective, orbs of light in a high density of love and light. This is not so. There are many feudal or even earlier civilizations than this, and they do not know anything about their interstellar brothers and sisters. Like many other humans, they also look into the night sky and see moving lights wondering what they are. These cultures create stories and myths from these observations. Some of these lights are the starships from other Palladian races that are in 5D. Densities are not synonymous with technological advances, rather it is more related to spiritual advancement. Being in 5D does not make you automatically interstellar. The concepts shaped through New Age at these times are very basic. Many of these concepts are shared through channeling, and the channeled information is a frequency match for the channel's consciousness, sometimes giving erroneous ideas. Everything is much more complex, and at the same time, more simple.
Question. How many interstellar races are there in the Pelaydees?
Answer. There are essentially 11 interstellar races. For example, the mollusks of Atlas are spiritually advanced and only have a small population. They do not have interstellar capabilities, and it is not through lack of spiritual advancement or lack of communication but through their own decisions. Some races choose this very profound and important choice. Why be interstellar? Their decision is based on why be interstellar and be away from their family and home, as they already have everything there. They are no longer centered in the physical like other races. They have everything that they require, and are dedicated to wisdom, and have found that dromomania does not work or serve them, as they do not need to have that need to travel. Dromomania is a very Taygetian desire for adventuring, exploring, looking for answers, a mania or need to travel everywhere, learning everything.
Question. I had no idea. I thought that once in 5D you could travel and adventure throughout the cosmos.
Answer. 5D, for example, can be in the early stages of, say, the Iron Age, and others can be in the Bronze Age. The vast majority of races in 5D, and this is 99.9%, are not interstellar, each one for their own reasons. Others do not reach the technological or spiritual levels to be interstellar. To be interstellar, technology and spirituality must be combined, otherwise you simply cannot be interstellar in 5D. 5D does not automatically grant you spiritual evolution, especially as viewed from the 3D level. The Age of Bronze is not necessarily meaning that you are not spiritually advanced. Having a smartphone or traveling by airplane does not mean that you are more spiritually advanced on Earth than someone who does not fly by airplane or use a smartphone. How you have viewed the Bronze Age on Earth, and how it actually was, is very different. Listed here for your convenience are the principal interstellar Palladian races: Yenna, a Solone system; Solation Pleione system; Sao K/May Wakis therapy system; Hyadian, Felines, Astrope system; Lyrian Ashans, Humanomorphis, Merope system; Atlant/Mollus Atlas system; Engan Electra system; Taygetian system; Celesta or Blues Seleno system; Maya/Mollus/Hopi Maya system. Above are the main Palladian races and their variants. Most are humanoid with small variations and characteristics. Some are positive Soroids, others feline, while others are Lyrian-based. Soroids are reptilian-based. Soroid or Messaci reptilians are in the Pelaydees and are positive. Alpha Dracoids are positive but are not in the Pelaydees. However, there are negative Alpha Dracoids in 5D. In 5D, the Alpha Dracoids are always kept in check by their positive counterparts. The Soroids in the Pelaydees are related to the ones outside the Pelaydees.
Question. I understand that there are Nordic negative races. Are they also inside the Pelaydees?
Answer. Indeed. Many artificial clones are made to appear like the Nordic races, however they are made to serve negative agendas. In Atlas they have the mollusks that are not interstellar, however in Maya they have other mollusks, called Mollus Maya, that are interstellar, however they are the same race. The Maya Hopi are connected to the Hopi on Earth today, and that is where the Earth Hopis are from. What they had on Earth was a colony. Both the Maya and the Hopi on Earth look almost the same as they do in the Pelaydees. There are 2 Maya races on Earth, however your historians only recognize one. The original in Central and Southern Americas were interstellar, and have now returned home, leaving many buildings and cultural influences. Later came the Proto-Mayans and took over the buildings and customs, interpreting them their way, including sacrifices. Again, A similar situation occurred in Egypt. The Egyptian civilization from the age of the great kings up to the year 50 BC, when Julius Caesar invaded the new Egyptian culture, they took what they wanted through their own interpretation of the former ancient civilization that was there before. The Sphinx and the pyramids precede this classic Egyptian civilization, similar to the Maya civilization. The Toltec and the Olmec and the Aztec were the cultures that the Pro-Mayans came from. Regarding the Hopi and the Arizona, some went home while others stayed, joining the cycle of reincarnates of the earth. Others merged into other cultures or formed different cultures. The Hopis in Arizona are from Maya in the Pelaydees.
Question. I am wondering who or what are the creatures or aliens, as depicted in a lot of horror movies?
Answer. Be careful of certain places on Earth, as they contain some beings that do not have a home civilization, and are more of an invasive species that travel as stowaways in starships around the universe. For example, the xenomorph, as depicted in the movie produced by Ridley Scott, Prometheus. They are real and dangerous, and are collectively called lurkers. There are various kinds of these lurkers, all having their subspecies. Hollywood knows this and imposes it to the public as fantasy. There are countless invasive species, vermin and space animals. There is a whole zoo out there, and not everything is good for you. The same applies in 5D. Most of this data we have accumulated concerning these lurkers indicate that they come from the regions around the homeworld of the Zeta Reticuli, however they are in countless planets. Their body is based on silicone and not carbon, that makes them invulnerable to hostile atmospheres, and they can adapt to almost any type of atmosphere and temperature range. The head, mouth and tail imagery from the Hollywood movies is more or less correct, however, the body is not, especially when given humanoid attributes.
Question. Wow, I thought these monsters were just fiction from Hollywood. Are they here on Earth as well?
Answer. These lurkers, as in the movie Alien 2, have an insectoid body and eat flesh. They are carnivores. They are extremely dangerous, even in 5D. We have no indication that Earth has any lurkers. This is why you need high ethics and morality before jumping around the stars. This is why you need to understand frequency matching when going interstellar, and be very vigilant that you do not transport to other worlds these undesirable things. The cabal on Earth would love to have these lurkers on Earth today. Lurkers are only one of millions, billions or even trillions of unwanted and undesirable species of space that we commonly refer to as bugs. It is therefore necessary to have careful exploring protocols when jumping around the universe. 5D is not synonymous with kindness and love. 5D is the standard biological frequency of the universe that exists in duality. The fact that a species is harmful or aggressive is only an interpretation of those who disagree with its creation. These species are not an attribute of intrinsic evilness of a species, it is only the way of their existence and attitude, and is a contrast with those of other attributes. From the moment of men and women there is duality, although this is slowly dissolving. It is said on Earth that the attributes claimed by New Age would apply more from a 7D perspective. Logically, when evolving 3D consciousness, the heightening awareness will move you through 5D before you move into 7D. As long as you have duality, there is contrast. The New Age androgynous beings of love and light is a more gradual process that moves you through the density frequency of 5D biology. Tawana, Tawa, adventure with joy, with all its multiple meanings.